Hello everyone. The main focus of Fast Track Revision series is to make you revise topics related to constitutional law through MCQs. सेशन की शुरुआत करने से पहले अगर आपने मेरे चैनल को अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो बेल आइकन और सब्सक्राइब बटन को ज़रूर क्लिक करें। इससे आपको मेरे वीडियोस की अपडेट्स मिलती रहेगी। चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का सेशन। Question number 1 for today's session is consider the following statement regarding the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Statement 1 says he prorogues the House in the absence of quorum. Secondly, he presides over a joint sitting of the House addressed by the President. Third statement says he decides whether a bill is a money bill or not, and his decision in this regard is final. Fourth statement, he never votes in the House to maintain his impartiality. Which of the following given above is or are correct? Options देख लेते हैं. First option is 1, 2 and 3 only. B option is 1 and 3 only. C option is 1, 3 and 4 only. D option is only 3. क्वेश्चन में हमें स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा के बारे में पूछा है, तो स्पीकर के पास हमेशा एडजर्नमेंट की पावर होती है, प्रोरोग हमेशा प्रेसिडेंट करता है. सो ही प्रोरोग्स द हाउस इज द इन द absence of quorum. This statement is wrong. Second statement says he presides over a joint sitting of the House addressed by the President. अगर प्रेसिडेंट एड्रेस कर रहा है so he will only preside the joint sitting. Speaker will not decide. So this statement is also wrong. Third statement says he decides whether a bill is a money bill or not. His decision in this regard is final. Yes, this statement is correct. मनी बिल को डिसाइड करने का पावर अंडर आर्टिकल 110 स्पीकर को ही है. कोई भी बिल मनी बिल है या नहीं, इसका डिसीजन स्पीकर के पास में होता है. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट सेज ही नेवर वोट्स इन द हाउस टू मेंटेन हिज इम्पार्शलिटी. वैसे वोटिंग नहीं करता है स्पीकर, बट इन केस ऑफ डेडलॉक कास्टिंग वोट जरूर करता है. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. सो आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज डी, ओनली 3. इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन देख लेते हैं. एज द प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर ऑफ द हाउस द स्पीकर हैज द पावर टू एडजर्न, नॉट प्रोरोग, एज इट इज द प्रेसिडेंट हु प्रोरोग्स द हाउस द sitting until the quorum. Quorum क्या होता है? The minimum number of members of the House of Parliament required to be present for a parliamentary proceeding to start is called as quorum. Quorum कितना होना चाहिए? It should not be less than 1/10 of the total strength of the House. The Speaker presides over the joint sitting, which is summoned by the President to settle the deadlock between the Houses of Parliament. However, when the President addresses the House in a joint sitting, he himself presides to it, not the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Even though the Speaker of the Lok Sabha does not vote in the first instance, he can still exercise his vote in order to resolve a deadlock. Thus, the Speaker has a casting vote. This makes the position of the speaker impartial. Next question is, who is the ex officio chairman of Council of States? Options are A, President, B, Vice President, C, Prime Minister, D, Speaker of House of People. Ex officio chairman of Council of State, that is Rajya Sabha, is always Vice President. Third question for today is, which of the following is or are the feature of local self-government under the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act? First statement is uniform three-tier Panchayati Raj structure. Second, all the levels of Panchayati Raj institutions are elected directly by the people. Third statement is 1/3 of the position in all panchayat are reserved for person belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Options are A. Only one, B. Statement 1 and 2 only, C. 1, 2 and 3, D. None of the above. C. From the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, सारे स्टेट्स में थ्री टायर स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट होंगे, ये चीज बोली गई थी. थ्री टायर में बेस पर ग्राम सभा या ग्राम पंचायत होगी. एट इंटरमीडिएट लेवल या मंडल या तालुका लेवल पे इंटरमीडिएट लेवल. तो इंटरमीडिएट लेवल हर एक स्टेट को कंपलसरी नहीं था, बट जो स्मॉलर स्टेट है उनको एक्सक्लूड कर दिया गया था. अपेक्स में कौन रहेगा? जिला परिषद या जिला पंचायत. सो ऐसे करके फ्री सिस्टम ऑफ लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट ये 73rd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट के फीचर में आया था. 73rd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट में इलेक्शंस के बारे में भी प्रोविजंस डिक्लेयर किए गए थे. इसमें कहा गया था ऑल द 3 लेवल्स ऑफ पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर इलेक्टेड डायरेक्टली बाय द पीपल. द टर्म ऑफ ईच पंचायत बॉडी इज 5 years. इफ द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डिसॉल्व्स द पंचायत बिफोर द एंड ऑफ द 5-year टर्म, fresh elections must be held within 6 months of such dissolution. ये जो स्टेटमेंट है कि if the state government dissolves the panchayat before the end of its 5-year term, fresh elections must be held within 6 months of such dissolution. तो ये 6 months आप ध्यान रखना कि पंचायती राज के इलेक्शंस में भी 6 months है. जैसे प्रेसिडेंट की वैकेंसी ऑफिस अगर वेकेंट होता है तो वहां पर भी अप टू 6 months वहां पे फ्रेश इलेक्शन या फिर नया कैंडिडेट अपॉइंट हो जाना चाहिए. थर्डली, रिजर्वेशन की प्रोविजंस भी इस अमेंडमेंट एक्ट में बताया गया. 1/3 ऑफ द पोजीशन ऑफ इन ऑल द पंचायत इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर रिजर्व फॉर वुमेन्स. Reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe are also provided for at all the 3 levels in proportion to their population. तो अगर हम क्वेश्चन की तरफ देखें तो आंसर हमारा होता है बी, 1 and 2 ओनली, बिकॉज यूनिफॉर्म 3 टायर पंचायती राज स्ट्रक्चर तो 73rd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट से लागू किया गया था. सेकेंड, ऑल द लेवल ऑफ पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर इलेक्टेड डायरेक्टली बाय द पीपल. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग है बिकॉज 1/3 पोजीशन किसके लिए रिजर्व की गई थी? दैट इज फॉर वुमेन, नॉट फॉर शेड्यूल कास्ट और शेड्यूल ट्राइब. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट रिगार्डिंग डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी. स्टेटमेंट 1 says it has been borrowed from Irish constitution which has copied it from the Spanish constitution. Second statement says there are the constitutional instruction to the state on legislative matters only. Third statement says they seek to establish political democracy in the country. Which of the following statement is or are correct? Options are A, only one, B, 1 and 2 only, C, 1 and 3 only, D, 1, 2 and 3. Answer is A, because directive principles of state policies are borrowed from Irish constitution, and Irish constitution या people of Ireland have copied these provisions from Spanish constitution. So this statement is correct. जो directive principles of state policies है वो state को legislative matters पे ही नहीं but administrative और executive matters पर भी instructions देते हैं. So this statement is wrong. Third statement, they seeks to establish political democracy in the country. This statement is false because political democracy कौन establish करता है? That is established by fundamental rights. DPSP तो welfare state की बात करते हैं. Let's see the explanation. So statement 1 is correct because directive principles are borrowed from the Irish Constitution of 1937. Statement 2 is incorrect because it is not only for the legislative matters but also for the executive and administrative matters. The phrase directive principles of state policy denotes the ideals that the state should keep in mind while formulating policies and enacting laws. These are the constitutional instructions or recommendations to the state on legislative, executive, and administrative matters. Statement 3 is incorrect because directive principles of state policy seeks to establish social and economic democracy, while fundamental rights seeks to establish political democracy by giving rights to citizens against arbitrary actions of state. DPSP aims at realizing the high ideals of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity as outlined in the preamble to the Constitution. They embody the concept of welfare state and not that of police state, which existed during the colonial era. In brief, they seek to establish economic and social democracy in the country. Let's move forward to next question. Question number 5. The mind of maker of Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? Statement 1 is the preamble, B, the fundamental rights, C, the directive principles of state policy, D, the fundamental duties. ये क्वेश्चन MPCJ में 2016 में आया हुआ है. So answer for this is preamble. Because the mind of maker of constitution ये preamble में ही reflect होता है कि उन्होंने क्या सोच के constitution बनाया है. So answer for this question is A. Next question is, consider the following statement. In the case of disagreement between two houses over a money bill, the president can summon a joint sitting of the two houses to resolve the deadlock. Second statement says, the joint sitting of the two houses does not require quorum as it requires for the normal sitting of the house. Third statement says, a joint sitting of the houses is governed by the rules of procedure of the Lok Sabha. Which of the following statement is or are not correct? पूछा है. So your options are A, 1 and 2 only, B, 2 only, C, 1, 2 and 3, D, 2 and 3 only. So answer for this is A, 1 and 2 only. These both statements are wrong. In the case of disagreement between two houses over a money bill, the president can summon a joint sitting of the two houses to resolve the deadlock. ठीक है? The minimum number of members of the House of Parliament required to be present for a parliamentary proceeding to start is called quorum. The presiding officer has power to adjourn a sitting in case of absence of quorum or suspend the sitting until there is quorum. 1/10 of the total membership of the house. In case of joint sitting, it is 1/10 of total members of two houses. Quorum is also required for the joint sitting of the house. The joint sitting is governed by the rules of procedure of the Lok Sabha. The provision of joint sitting is applicable to ordinary bill or financial bill only and not to money bill or constitutional amendment bill. In the case of money bill, the Lok Sabha has overriding power while a constitutional amendment bill must be passed by each house separately. So that's all for today's discussion. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.